Good morning, Tahmina Khan is here in TK Maths is Fun. In this video, I will explain to you a concept of trigonometry which is related to harmonic form, and it is about finding the greatest value or least value when the harmonic form is given in the fractional form. So this question I've taken from November 08, it's question number 5, and this concept is usually difficult for students to understand. So let's just start with the question, and in the bottom you can see here my website address and my blog address. You can refer these two sites for your learning in maths. So let's begin with the question. There are three parts in this question, November 02, question number 5. So first part is talking about conversion of the harmonic form. Equation is written very small. Let me enlarge it to make it prominent. So first of all, we will change this question given to us 4 sine theta minus 3 cos theta into this form, r sine theta minus alpha. So this is related to part 1, and afterwards we will see what are part 2 and 3. So let's begin with the question. 4 sine theta minus 3 cos theta in r sine theta minus alpha. Alpha you have to give in 2 decimal places. Now this part is usually easy for students. Here we will apply double angle formula. Compound angle formula. So we are saying this is identical to this because we have to bring it into this form. And now I'm applying compound angle formula which will be given to you in MF19. After that, you will compare the two sides. So here you will compare term sine theta with this sine theta. So when you will compare sine theta, you will get 4 is equals to r cos alpha because they both have sine theta. So that is your comparison. Then in this term, minus minus same, you can notice here. Now you will compare cos theta. Okay. So you are comparing sine theta such that 4 is equals to r cos alpha and 3 is equals to r sine alpha. Cos theta is same in both. The whole thing here is we are trying to find out r and alpha. There are two ways to find out r. I'm explaining you both. So what we have done first, we have opened the this form by compound angle formula, and we got two equations. Now if I divide equation 2 by equation 1, which has sine alpha, so this equation by this equation I'm dividing it, 3 divided by 4. And why I'm doing so? Because sine over cos become tan and r will cancel out. So I will have tan alpha equals to 3 upon 4, and I will find out the basic angle, which is 36.9. So I found the value of alpha. Now I have to find the value of r, because question was saying bring it in the form r sine theta minus alpha, right? So we have found alpha. By the way, question was saying in 2 decimal place. By mistake, I have written 1 decimal place. So please write it in 2 decimal place. Okay, so now we have to find out r. One method is that you square both the terms. If you square this, it will become 4 square equals to r square into cos square alpha. And you square this term also and add them up like this. 3 square r square sine square alpha. After squaring both the terms, then add them up. So 4 square plus 3 square, and this term, right? You can see here. Now r square is common. I'm taking common factor out. So cos square alpha plus sine square alpha will come in the bracket, and this is equals to 1. So you will find out the value of r like this. 16 plus 9 is 25. You will take root. And some people may think, students may think, why we are not taking plus minus here when we are taking root on both sides. It is convention to take it positive because this is just telling you the height above or below the axis of the curve, that how high the curve is going or how low the curve is going from the axis of the curve. So this is basically telling you the distance. So that's why we take it like this. So now we have r and we have alpha, and we have to bring this question into this form. So we will plug in the value of r and alpha, and we will get the form, right? Oh, by the way, the second method is, rather than going through all these steps, the technique to find out r is, whatever the question is given to you, in this case, it is 4 and 3, right? So you will simply square 4 plus square 3. Forget about sign. So, and take root of it, you will get r. I'm repeating, when question is given in this form, the coefficients which are given here, the numbers which are given here, square them and add them up. And take root of it, you will get r. This is the second form, second method. So now I have r, I have alpha, so I will write it down here. So I got, or I changed this form into this form. So part 1 is done. So it is 5 sine theta minus 36.9. Okay. Now I have to solve this equation. I have already found this part into which form? R sine theta minus alpha form, right? This video will go a little longer because it has 3 parts, but we need to understand all 3 because they're all linked. So after that, in place of this, I will write down this form which I have just changed it into. So this whole thing equals to 2. So 5 sine theta minus 36.9 equals to 2. So in this place, I have written this value. Now after that, it is like trigonometry, old concept. 5 will come here, 2 divided by 5. Then I will find out basic angle. Why? Because sine of this angle, whatever this angle is giving me positive answer. And positive is present in the first quadrant and second quadrant. So I have to find out this basic angle. So for the basic angle, I will just do sine inverse 2 upon 5. I got 23.6. So this is 23.6 and this is 23.6. Question is saying solve this question between 0 to 360. It means now I will start what? Let's see on the next slide. The theta given to you is from 0 degree to 360 degree. But in the question, your theta is theta minus 36.9. Whenever this is with plus or minus or multiplication, it changes the domain of the theta basically. So I will make theta as theta minus 36.9, right? So I will subtract minus 36.9 from everywhere. So 0 minus 36.9 is 36.9. 360 minus 36.9 is 323.1. So now it means that if I look at it graphically, that I will start rotating from here, from 36.9, right? And I will go all the way like this. Or if I say that if 0 is coming in between of 36.9 and to 323.1, so I can say this is and this is the rotation we have to complete. Or straight away you can say I have to start rotating from here till here. Okay, but how you will solve it? You will say, because these are your 2 basic angles, right? These are your 2 basic angles. We always measured angle from the positive x-axis. So this is my one answer and this is my other answer for theta minus 36.9, not just for theta, remember it, right? So this has no impact at the moment in the calculation because when I will come back, I'll come and stop here, basically. So my one answer is 23.6 and my other answer is 180 minus 23.6. And both are equal to theta minus 36.9. So 36.9 will be added in both the answers. And you will get your answer. So part 2 is done here. Now the main thing is part 3 basically. Question is saying write down the greatest value. I will explain this and you will see at times in the past paper it says write down the greatest value or least value and the corresponding angle of it. So first of all, let me handle greatest value. You know from your junior classes the concept in fractional form. If denominator is smaller than, in one case, there are 2 examples, 1 over 4, 1 over 6. If denominator is smaller, that fraction is bigger, right? So we will use the same concept. So in place of this denominator, I am writing the form I have obtained, right? Now, if you look at this graph, only the bottom one, the red one, right? I'm writing it here in blue. And for this graph, if I recall this concept, C plus A gives you maximum, C minus A gives you minimum. When you have plus sign here, you can see it is plus sign here, right? So C plus A gives you maximum, C minus A gives you minimum. So in this case, my maximum is 11, my minimum is 1. That is only for the denominator, right? But actually in this graph, which is 1 upon this, my values will be, I'm not saying greatest or least, I'm talking about values. My values will be 1 upon 11 and 1 upon 1, right? Right now, do you understand this thing? So your values will be 1 upon 11 and 1 upon 1. So definitely 1 upon 11 is minimum value and 1 upon 1, which is equals to 1, is the greatest value. So the question was saying find the greatest value. So you will write it is 1. But let me explain you the concept through graph. And if question says find out the corresponding thetas at these points, then how you will do it. Now here is the sketch. First of all, you don't need to draw, but this is just to understand the question. This is just for you to understand the question. So this red graph is basically representing 5 sine theta minus 36.9 degree plus 6. Okay, do not worry about what is written here. It is written in radian. Okay, if you will change it into radian, you will see the values are matching. And this blue curve is representing fractional curve, right? The red one is the denominator only, and this blue one is fractional. Now, very important thing to notice here in this graph is, if you pick up this maximum value, same is the minimum value. If you pick up the maximum value for this blue graph, I don't know if it is very clear or not. For this blue, sorry, my is wrong. For this blue graph, minimum is same, right? So it means the values which you have found, for example, maximum 11, this was maximum 11 for the graph 5 sine theta minus 36.9. The maximum value was 11. If you want to find out the angle here, because you will not have graph there, what you will do, you will just recall the sine graph. We know that the sine graph is like this. And sine has maximum value at 90 degrees. So whatever the angle is given to you here, put it equals to 90 for maximum value. This is what I have done. And then this value will go here and you will get the theta. That what actually this theta is representing for this graph. I'm repeating, maximum and minimum values you have found out, right? For only this graph, I'm not talking about 1 over. I'm talking about only denominator part. So maximum value is 11 and the angle is whatever is given here equals to 90. Why equals to 90? Because in the original sine graph, your maximum is at 90. Your minimum is at 270. Do not look at this right now. So you got this. If you have to find out the minimum, you will say minimum is at 1. Just look at this red graph. The minimum is at 1. 6 minus 5 is 1. 6 plus 5 is 11. So theta minus 36.9 equals to 270 will give you the value of theta. So if only it is about this red graph, you know at what value you are having greatest value, at what angle you are getting minimum. But we have to answer for the blue one, which is 1 upon this thing. So you see the angle remained the same, only the values flip. So where you had maximum value, at that angle, now you will have minimum value, 1 over 11. Where you had minimum value, at the same angle, you will have a maximum value now. So I hope you understand this question, because this is very important and usually students forget to revise this. So thank you very much for watching this video. Do share it and subscribe and like it. I would appreciate. Thanks a lot. Take care.